play is so substantially different. But let's get into this game.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and hop straight into the action, and we will see BF Sword kick things off on the attack. And like just maybe you've seen the Frenzy here from Clean 2K at the moment. Reminder, the Frenzy has been increased in price, so we will be seeing the Jets utilizing this. They can play forward, they can have that tailwind out in case they need it to exit safely. So for now, looking like a decent split. 2 over, dashboard here onto the ramp. Clean 2K going to be finding 1, tries to pull back, takes quite a bit of damage through the smoke. Decides to re-aggress forward, makes his way up top. Cloudbear still coming down. It'll be a dark cover as well, trying to cut him off. They barely can't see his head poking out through that little corner. In the meantime, the rest of BF Sword made their way over onto the B side. Wall's going to be coming up, cutting off that alley access. Cypher looking to break his way through, so Nox will go ahead, break down that wall with the retake coming through. 2 kills instantly going to be flying in their favor. Blinded, and Nox not quite sure which way to look, but it's okay because Bobble comes in from behind to take down 972. That's going to be Adam taken out.
Yeah, this is falling apart. I mean, Clean 2K did a great job selling the fake. He really committed to it hard, and they rotated. They did not like what they saw up in heaven. Did our BF team, but it was just a great rotation here from Tubeple. They're not fooled at all. They don't fight too hard on the fake from Clean 2K. They leave 3 back, and it's a pretty easy retake there for them. I like the idea for both teams there, just better execution by Tubeple. And Tubeple. That name is just, even in Hangul, it's a mouthful. Yeah, so now let's see what we've got on the anti-ego. I see some Buckies in there and some other things. A lot of players, especially on split, really like to opt for the shotguns on their anti-ego to control some of these tight angles. Bobo on the corner takes a glimpse, gets a bit of damage in return. And back up to heaven. Good shot with the Spectre.
It still takes another shot from the Sheriff in response, so he's going to be down to 40 HP. Stage rotating around should be able to heal one off onto him, while Risk is just playing forward in the garage. Might not realize. Just press forward here. Very aggressive push out to try to catch him off guard here. Seems like he might be thinking about it. Pushes the corner. Both will be falling down about similar HP levels as the paranoia does roll through. Now out onto the site. Persia, does he realize that he's made his exit? Both pushing this corner at similar times, and there will be Risk coming up with the kill.
Yeah, I like the push by Seth, but he just gets a little bit surrounded there. It was a nice idea. Oh my God, he just barely got away with that.
That's a Monk W moment right there, but TP does take him out to safety. Persia spraying through the cyber cage, does find Naraz. Here's that enemy Sage. Just keeps everybody nice and popped up as best as possible. Adam now on his lonesome with 15 HP. The green is looking like he's doing more of a nightmare. There you go. The Bucky will finish it off, and then Team Ace comes through for Tubeple.
Yeah, it is really awesome to see the way that these stages control mid, and for Haya here, he can really just sit on that Bucky again. You can sit on the Spectres. Yeah, you can buy here if you're a Nox, but you don't really need to. You can kind of like go for another anti-eco as a defender on split and really try to bottleneck some of these tight corners and angles, and you could maybe bank up enough money for that op even in the next round, into the 4th round.
Yeah, well, a rough start. 2 rounds up now here for Tubeple, but Rifles coming in for BF Sword. Let's see if they can finally get around, or at least some kills on the board, because they have yet to snatch many up.
It is tough.
Yeah. Decent start. Taking the down to 70 HP. That's a awesome early position for Persia. Gets himself into the back side over towards screens.
What the heck happened in mid?
Nothing apparently. Well, they went for the wall off on Heaven.
Yeah.
It would seem so. Dia was looking to protect the B site, but now that's going to be the breakthrough. That's the first kill on the board for that Bobble in the corner. Sprays down. Just managed to find 2. Cannot follow up for that 3rd nor 4th. Make their way onto the bomb site. Go ahead and get this spike planted. It's down to 3v3.
Work by Adam blowing up behind him. Blink. Whoever's holding that.
Oh, I see. Okay, so there's nothing loose here. Up top. This is such an off angle. They might not be ready for this one, but oh, he doesn't quite line up the shot. Risk pushing the corner, does manage to take him out. Adam, however, up in heaven, manages to find two. Cyber Cage
Gotta go.
dropped in, but he's just gonna stick to the fuse. Pros don't fake. Risk does go ahead, defuses the spike. Can't quite get that final kill, so Adam will be able to hold on to his Vandal. A slight little consolation prize for BF Sword, but a third round in the pocket for Tubeple.
I got to give Adam a lot of credit here. Whatever happened in mid exactly, we didn't get to catch it on screen, but he did a good job, working his way through there, being completely undetected, as did a lot of the members of BF Sword. But he comes up with that huge double, and he can't finish it. And you've got to be able, you got to realize, you got to respect that they're not faking. It doesn't take very long to use that spike, and you've really got to get in there and really respect the fact that they could finish the job.
I'm not really ready to take a shot. They wanted to get a camera. I was kind of caught off guard. The 972 and poked out into the fault line. Surprisingly, 972 does not get punished for that. Continues pushing up into the ramp, making his way into heaven now. Some ropes. Babo just waits around the corner with the stinger. Let's see if he can strike first faster. It's going to be Babo. Shot flies right over his shoulder, barely grazing him.
And I like what he's doing there. He's just checking to see if he can get that stinger into good range, but if somebody's on the other side of the door, no reason to overcommit on that peak. Goes right back behind, throws a couple smokes to see if anybody's going to try to over-aggress.
Case looking for the ramp exit here. Going to poke out. They fall quite low. Up in there for Persian for a second, but takes a little bit of damage. It seems like they're going to rotate over. He's gaining control because the rest of the team is getting ready to rotate through rafters up towards A heaven right now.
And they're doing a fantastic job cutting through that stage wall at good timings where Tubeple isn't really ready for it. Now Persia, of course, he's fooled by any of what's going on there, and Seth gets taken down, and quickly this A push falls apart.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Duraz trying to play it slow on the other side of that dark cover, but Persia is still ready for it. 4 rounds now in the bank here for Tubeple. A couple buys are going to be available here, but it's still not looking too super great here. Clean TK does not have all of the money to get the full armor here. Does not have his blade sword, so can't even go for a safe ult round because he just is the only ult charges that he has are just from the rounds end.
Right.
He hasn't really been able to get any orbs. He hasn't gotten any kills. So this is a very delayed jet. Normally by now you would love to have your ult online, much like we see here from Babo.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point. And oh my god, Babo there going to get 927 on the entry. He pushed right up there. They were not ready for it. Now the ult from Diraz is available, so Rez comes through on the breach. The Nox now stuck in some smoke, watching, trying to see if he can pop out. Is he going to get one? He does.
Yeah, but he takes down the other one so very low as Babo will just go ahead and scoop up so many kills here for him because of the res used. But 972 back into the action again. It's all on Adam. They are pressing forward. The spike is on the site. He knows that he is doomed. That is an effective ace for Babo at the end of it all, taking down 5 out of 6. And Tubeple just no end in sight. They continue to plow on.
I mean, the ideas early on from Tubeple are actually pretty good. Like, honestly, they're taking control of mid, they're taking control of ropes, they're taking control of ramps, they're doing all the right things you need to do to have successful A pushes, but they're just getting outplayed. Just straight up Tubeple's better right now. And particularly, Babo is just an incredible jet. We've seen it before. Like I mentioned early on, he's a player to watch, and he is just destroying BF Sword right now.
And now he's got an operator in his hands. He's going to be looking to hold down this mid. Actually misses the flick. Will just go ahead, takes the tailwind out. Doesn't even want to chance the repeat. So I do appreciate the restraint that he's showing. In the meantime, all of BF Sword continuing to really like playing around this deep site and made their way up ramp. Nobody's watching this at the moment. They'll start playing forward. Persia ready with the blinds. Thinks better of it, wants to see if anyone's going to push the Cloud Burster. Just wait for that to expire after 3.5 seconds. Hack just coming in onto Duraz. We'll go ahead and remove that dart and get the spike planted.
Yeah, he's kind of panicking a little bit with this plant spot. It's a little bit out in the open compared to where you normally like it. But maybe not. Oh, 972 gets a good headshot, but right away, Haya there to trade.
A bit of a mystery there from Babo. Had pinged the ramp saying somebody's going to be here. Was not the case, and then just gets taken down from behind. Nice little flank coming in. Does get punted. Paranoia, however, flies through, catches Persia. his head taken off by Sethan. 3v2 on the flank with the Sheriff. Now Omen v Omen. Spike getting defused at the moment. Sethan trying to perhaps fake there with the TP. Does get him off the Spike for the moment. Does he have the flick? No, he does not, but he's got to get back onto the Spike quickly. We'll just be holding for it. Gets off yet again. Gets the headshot. Can he get the defuse? Just barely cannot. 0.12 seconds away. And that will be a clutch in the first round on the board for BF Sword.
Yeah, buying just enough time there. Some really good cheeky movement with those from the shadows and just doing a good job bouncing around. And then, yeah, in the end, he did what his teammate couldn't do earlier on. He buys enough time, gets just barely enough of the movement there from Risk to keep him from getting the Spike defuse. There you go. Even though it is a huge start for Tubeple, it is potential now. The comeback could be real here for BF. They're still very much behind economically, but now finally Clean 2K has his Blade Storm online. Try to utilize that, save, make up some more money in case this round goes sideways. Blade Storm going to be used for Warcraft.
I've been maining a rogue for 16 years, and sometimes Blade Flurry just comes out of my mouth. Blade Storm does get used.
I mean, you do end up flurrying eventually. The storms have flurries from time to time.
Oh, but you flourish with them as well.
Yeah, well, we're broadcasters, so trying to do that. I don't know. I like to do it from time to time. You'll kind of shtick. All right. Well,
the trapwire is so good, and Nox has the spot on Clean 2K. Takes him down through that dark cover. Remains safe back over here at screen. Would have loved to have gotten closer so he could throw that in the narrow depth, but obviously pushing forward, but with death sentence. Just have to wait. Hope that somebody else is going to fall into his trap. Cyber King will get popped out. Rolling the Thunder will come crashing in. Actually whips, does not hit anybody. 972 just tries to play this new spot.
they've got a great setup here. Some damage in. Risk, though, gets right around. There's a fooled by that. Set trading. Dira is not able to get the spray down in time. Berger comes through, gets another. Adam coming from the flanks, trying to buy time to see if he can keep this spike defuse from happening.
They just can't do it. They're sticking to it. They've got two to defend. Dazed up, couldn't try to press forward fast enough. That will be just like that. The pendulum swinging back into the side of Tubeple as they move forward 6-1 in such a one-sided map so far.
Yeah, I mean, you get 972 just caught there trying to use his utility, not really able to get it done. It's a good push there from Tubeple. I mean, the coordination is just better right now from Tubeple. They are really working together well on these retakes. It's getting better for BF Sword. They're doing a good job getting in, but again, Clean 2K has just been absent. Even on that Blade Storm, he got taken out on the entry.
Holland's consistently finding value over here by the main entrance. Babo playing up on the side of the ramp, pushes out. Clean 2K does manage to trade it back, making it a 1-for-1. Overall, not too bad, but cannot try and go weapon. Like, again, BF Sword likely going to be turning their sights over towards the A side of the spike and the rotating sewer over to main like Duraz.
Well, with Babo down, this is going to be an opportunity for BF Sword. I mean, Heaven was open for a bit, but Anox is rotating over there, getting his camera up there to cover it. Time is being bought here at the bottom of Alley. Res available, so we're going to take 972 back here for BF Sword, get them back to 5.
Spotted through the smoke. There is the Raz. Anox sprays through, takes quite a bit of damage there onto that Sage. Will slowly be taken up with Rez does come out, bringing Babo back into the fray. Now it's going to be a long rotation over towards the B site. Risk, however, still holding things down up here in Heaven. Will get spotted, has to drop out. Has to remove that dart, but knows that he does not have time. They are pushing in to try and hunt him down. Makes his way behind the default box. Meanwhile, Clean 2K manages to find two off screen. 972 finds the headshot here on the Risk. Suddenly, it's a 2-4 attempted retake here for Tubeple.
Yeah, that's a big hit there for 972, getting res and making a lot out of it, fortunately for his team, because if Risk is still stuck inside a B site there, he gets that kill. It is infinitely harder for BF. But now Anox gets one. Babo from the alley gets another.
And the last two remaining members are so low on their health bars. Adam's barely existing. It will get onto the spike, at least force it up to half. Continuing to stick, they manage to spot one. Adam has to, comes around the corner, just get a nice headshot. Is potentially winnable here as Anox is also low HP, but it all comes down to the headshot. And Anox, he's got it first. 3 kills for him on the round. A 7th round now in the books for Tubeple. And this just, I mean, this is a defender-sided map, sure, but not necessarily to this degree.
No, it's the little things here for BF. Again, I think BF Sword has a lot of really good ideas. Their movement is quite good. Their recognition of what's open, what's not, their decision making very, very good. It's the little things. They're not really able to kind of play around the spike defusal game, right? We're kind of buy some time with that. They're not really respecting the fact that Tubeple just goes for these defuses. They don't let go. Once they start, they're not going to let go until you force them to. You got to be reacting quicker to what Tubeple is doing on the retakes.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Seth do a really nice dance, you know, getting that spike to go off, just 12 seconds away from that defuse happening. Cage thrown up. Slow warp comes out, but that is actually going to be the doom here for Neon. Get taken out. Persian is going to be staving them back. Those flashes, they do not want to re-aggress here into Heaven. Babo, however, does come back around, finds that flank, taking down Adam, but he's going to be prepared for 972, who's waiting just above.
Well, you can see they're being very careful. What a shot!
Yes, he is. Is he prepared for the second one? No, he is not. Clean 2K will take him out, but not before falling down to 33 HP. And he and Seth now are, you know, they don't even have 100 health between the two of them at this point. Knox creeping in from behind, makes his way up the ropes. There's the headshot onto Clean 2K. They'll be rushing in. Need to get the finish here on the Omen. 1v3. Miracle clutch if he can get it. But has been spotted. Pushes the corner. Risk has the final kill. That is now going to be 8 rounds. Is you know, getting some squats in, making sure that you can get those thighs nice and muscular. That's all it is. It's not BM. It's definitely not BM.
Yeah, that's perfectly normal. I mean, just taking
you can't skip like that.
They're just taking plays out of Sinatra.
You can't skip like that.
Yeah, again, this one's a little bit tougher here. They're getting through mid quite effectively sometimes, but now Tubeple's a little more ready for these rope pushes that BF is getting into. So instead they kind of bait him in. Babo's waiting in the ropes bottom proper, and Babo still has that ult online. He's had it for quite some time. Doesn't really need to use it because he has never been at a low enough money situation that it's really been worth it.
It's going to be an all-out rush. Slow orb to go up, cut off Heaven. They push the corner. Nice blind timing does come through. Babo taken out. Great Blade Storm usage there from Clean 2K. Gets him with the right click, but Anox waiting in behind the cubby. Does manage to find 2. Severely harming this push here from BF Sword. Spike will still get planted. But can they hold this off? Their ult theft does get used, so they get the spot on the remaining members of Tubeple. See how they try to engineer this retake now.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder available for this retake. So you can see they're setting up for it. Here it comes, Rolling Thunder out. Let's see if they can follow up on it properly. Clean gets up in the air, but isn't able to see anybody before he gets taken down. Seth gets 1. It's a 2 for 2. Make that a 2 for 1.
Adam holding it down to the back. Sight will come up with 2 kills in the back end there. There's a second round on the board for BF Sword. 2 more rounds to go in the half. If they can make this 8-4, given the defender-sided advantage, it's respectable. 4 split, it's respectable. It makes it seem a bit more possible. If Tubeple comes back in here and just, again, pendulum swings us back into their court, it starts looking less and less likely. You do also have to take into consideration the ult economy at the moment. The neural theft is there. They've got the ultimate ult. They have the Blade Storm available here due to Tubeple, so it's still very much a very winnable round for them.
Yeah, for a Tubeple, if they lose this round, it's not the end of the world. They still have a lot of options for that final round and a half. Whereas BF, they still had some money banked up, so a lot of their members are going to be able to pull by, but they might come up just short on a couple of others if they fall on this particular round. Now, Sage Wall used up into Heaven to buy some time for the reinforcement through ropes area. Haya just continues to throw slows, all of his utility at this door to keep the enemy team at bay. BF, though, very keen on trying to take B Heaven.
Still going to be playing this corner. Does get taken out. 972 finding the kill. The flash does come out from Persia, but Sethin finds the headshot. 2 members gone. Risk trying to get back just a little bit, throws out that paranoia. Will drop drop down spots the teleport, and that will lead to Sethin's untimely demise. Raz, however, does manage to punish him. Giving them a man advantage. Push around the corner, however, just as I say that, Caster cursing BF sword. They lose another one. 972 going down. Not creeping up from heaven. One behind the box, one the back sight. Might not know it yet, but he got a decent amount of damage here onto Raz, who does get spotted. Now falls down to 16 HP, and he's still 26 seconds away from that heal coming in.
No way it's gonna happen. Babo doing a fantastic job coming through alley once again. I don't see if he can finish this round out. Smokes all around here. Both teams trying to buy a little bit of time and space. Babo gonna cut off main, make sure he has an angle to come through, and Nix take it down, and Babo as well. Adam and Diraz getting it done here, defending their retake very, very nicely.
Yeah, that was great. I actually really loved the wall placement there from Diraz as well. He forced them to have to swing out wider. They couldn't just press up against the side. That would expose them to both remaining members of BF Sword. So harsher angles for them to have to defend against. Really nicely done. That was very smart for Diraz. Definitely helped set up that round win. So now let's see if they can get that sought after fourth round here in the half. The momentum seems to be picking up the pace a little bit here for BF.
Well, I like that BF is kind of picking up this pace in terms of not just winning, but also in these rounds. Like, they're rushing a little bit, they're putting Tubeple on the back foot, they're not getting Tubeple the time to react and really get good setups sometimes, but in the middle, they're gonna trade. That's two for Babo with the knives. Finally, 972 does take him down, so 2 kills for 972 already in this round.
He does, and I was gonna say the res is available for him. Diraz managed to scoop that one up. Now we'll bring the Clean2K back into the mix of things. So 4v3, advantage is there, but Risk with a very nice deep flank does come through. Takes down Diraz. Now Clean2K falling here just outside of Mail. Aftershock that he uses to cut them off, making sure they cannot continue to aggress forward, as they're just playing them like a fiddle game in this round. All angles, all sides under pressure. And it's yet again, it seems like it's every round, Adam by himself. They double peek at the same time. He doesn't know which way to look. It will be 9-3 on the half. Tubeple had a very dominant start to this round of split. But now BF Sword, they get to play defenders.
Extremely important pistol round here for BF Sword. They got to win this. It almost feels like if they don't win this pistol round, they might as well call this one. Well, you never know, of course, but this one really, you know, typically if you lose the pistol round, you're going to lose the next one. That isn't always the case, of course. And with some of the changes to the money, though, the anti-ecos are honestly a little bit easier, in my opinion. Like, so you can't really, the stingers aren't as easy to get in that second round. It's a little harder to kind of do those anti-ecos that we had seen in the past. So, you know, if you're, yeah, the Bucky's still available and that kind of thing, but
it's just such a brutal spot to be in here. Like you said, this pistol round, it's got to be big for BF Sword. At the moment, coming into this next half, 31 kills collectively for the team. The top 2 players right now for Tubeple, they have more than 31 kills. I believe they have 33, so the top 2 are out fragging the collective 5. So this needs to be a major comeback in a big way here from BF Sword.
You can already see that they're very more cautious, our Tubeple, than what we see from BF Sword. BF Sword definitely tries to push in, tries to poke, tries to see if they can get an entry frag, get an opening, and try to play off that. If they can't, you often see them try to rotate, but BF Sword comes through here, right through B main. Find Haya early. Now that's going to put a disadvantage here to pull on their first offensive round.
And getting rid of any kind of heal potential coming through, the walls to be used to cut off certain positions here over at the A side. He's ready to make the move. The new push up line comes in. Perfect timing there to catch Clean2K. Otherwise, with that frenzy, might have been able to do some serious damage. Still does take Babo down, 22 health. So we'll go ahead and spike out open.
It's just such a good flash. I mean, just so well timed. You love to see these Korean breaches and jets work well together, play off of these flash points. He catches another one, isn't able to finish it though, just not fast enough. Good footwork there from the Omen as he backs up into heaven.
And does throw down that fault line as well, just to make sure that they're not going to push through forward. Try to cut off. Frenzy at range, fire screens over towards A main. Not exactly going to be the firefight that you're looking for. Nox, however, does manage to take down one. These tags out on the Raz. Does have that heal rolling, so we'll get top back up. Aftershock to go ahead and clear it. Tries to force them off. Green peaks, and that is just going to be the finish here. Persia and Babo working very well synergized in the round. Hold on to the guns, of course, as well. 10-3, 3 more rounds to go now for Tubeple to go ahead and close this out.
That was a sight for none. But you know what I meant. It was a good dodge there by Adam, and keeping himself alive in that moment is a huge deal. Having the wherewithal to be able to move back after getting flashed, to get yourself into a safe position is really, really important. And Persia does a really good job there. And of course, Tubeple still ends up winning the round, but Adam gave themselves a really good fighting chance. Adam's had some really good playing moments here.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's definitely been the brightest spot so far for BF Sword. So very consistent performance from him in all of these rounds. It's the rest of the team, have to continue working on these synergies, but it is the first map in a best of 3, so very much, have the potential to surprise us as we go deeper into this set.
Yeah, strategically, I'm seeing some really good ideas from BF Sword. It's just executing tactically, being aware, having good comms in the moment, reacting to things, setting up a little bit better, especially reacting to spike diffuses, like being able to kind of play off of that game. They're going to have to practice on that, work about that, really think about how those mechanics work and what positions you can be in to kind of punish the retaking team.
Pushing forward out of Garage this time, does not get punished. The rest of the team is very grateful for that. Chris is pulled around the corner right now with the Stinger, Clean 2K. David didn't give the opportunity at all, as they actually decide to reroute, just move their way into main. Every just being lost forward, Cam going up as well. Dark cover will go ahead and block off screens, and the spike will get planted by Persia.
All right, well, retake attempt going to be needed to be set up. They should take their time here. Should BF Sword maybe see if they can catch one trying to come up the ramps. All important to control these ramps so you can really open up space. If you can get, if Clean 2K can get down here to the bottom of these ramps, it's going to be really nice.
He's got to know that the open is up there now, seeing where the paranoia was coming through. They push out of the smoke. Great crossfire is set up there, though. Anox hoping to save his life as 972 gets taken down, and just like that, it's going to be Clean 2K, the last one left alive over here by the ramp. Takes a couple shots, Anox sprays through the dark cover. Will finish him off 11-3. Now here for Tubeple as they just hit the Tubeple, and now you got me doing it.
Sorry.
As we get closer and closer to ending split.
It's like when you see that word in English, that E just, for whatever reason, feels like it should be like an long A sound, and I don't know why. But it just I don't know. Tubeple, like almost like, you remember those like blocks, those really big Legos you used to play with as a kid?
Yeah.
What are they called? Legos? That's like almost what I want to call this team.
That I don't have.
Oh, really? Mega blocks? Oh, maybe closer to the stuff. I'm not sure.
That might be an 80s move right there.
Yeah, actually, probably. I have an 80s kid.
Well, after some shenaniganry over here in the garage, ooh, Bobo caught off guard. Roz strikes him down as he exits mail.
Money's going to be a real problem for BF if they can't win this round. They've been force buying, really trying to keep themselves competitive in this. Of course, when you're on the back foot, when you're down 10-3.
Look at Knox. Look at how far through he has got himself. Are they prepared? Pushes the corner. Sheriff is out. Tailwind to safety. Only 9 bullets remaining in the clip. Has to exit. And here comes Adam from behind. Does manage to take him out as 972 off screen. That's a nice Marshall kill to go ahead and finish off Pia.
Knox getting so deep in there, but not really able to make much off of it. Just a bit of a whip on his part here. Risk watching the door into A Heaven. Gonna head down over to Screams. Send that dark cover in. Wait and see if he can catch anybody poking through. Oh, he gets around the side of it.
He knows that he's in there. Barely does manage to strike fast enough. Adam returning quite a bit of damage in kind. Persia playing this side angle with this Vandal in hand. Gets the headshot surprise. On Clean 2K. He'll get forced out of position by the aftershock. Fault line tossed out. Still in hand. Seth looks to push forward. Does get that dink coming through. Oh my god, what? 972 clutches it. Gets his way over onto the spike. The defuse will come in. Man, the Marshall shot into the classic swap drop down.
That was fantastic. That is my kind of Valorant right there. You shoot and move, you switch right to that pistol, you're ready for someone down there. You have a pretty good idea that he's somewhere around screens, he's been hanging out. You're ready for it, you've got that classic out, you click, boom, you win. I love this. That was so fantastic. 972 really saving the bacon of BF Sword, because if he doesn't win that, the money is not going to allow them to get full buys like they can right now.
Yeah, what a play. He's going to be broken. Spike is going to be waiting over the sewers for the moment. Quick little grab for them. They didn't make up their minds as far as where they want to go.
Yeah, everybody just kind of spraying through the smoke, seeing if they can get lucky, keep the other teams honest. Is the spike going to be hidden in the sewers for now, as they kind of decide where they want to go. Tubeple just being very cautious about their play, much more kind of the typical style we're used to seeing here in the top teams in Korea, where they're very patient, they're very disciplined, they're waiting to kind of poke out, see what information they can get, and then make a move based off that. Now they're gathering up into B main, so this could be a big push coming through. Sethon, he's kind of aware that something might be happening here at Kilios, and now we're just waiting for the smokes to come out from the Omen. I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder does come out. The dash forward spots the Omen. Pablo will find the kill. Cloudburst go ahead and cut off that alley axis. Kind of overshoots it, so we'll go ahead and have to reinvest. The second one sprays to the cyber cage. That spot onto the Raz. A little bit of damage in response, but overall it's looking quite good for them. Clean 2K up in heaven will manage to take down Hiya. The team has fallen apart around him. He is the last one standing, and they know exactly where it's going to be coming from. So let's see if he can try to potentially surprise them or just retreat and hold on to his gun.
Yeah, you're in kind of an odd spot when you're down 11-4. The typical play would be to save your gun and save the money. That's the normal play here. However, when you're down 11-4, personally, I might just go for it at this point.
I think one of the big difference makers is that do I have my ult available for the next round?
No, right.
So if you had that ready, I think that you would be a bit more willing to just potentially throw this away.
Just go for it. Personally, I just go in there and see if I can pick it up anyway. Just throw some smokes in there, tailwind in, and just see if you get lucky. Yeah. At this point, I mean, you're down so far, why not? That's kind of how I feel.
Well, looking to still play this one out. I mean, maybe if he had been like the top fragger for his team throughout this entire thing, maybe you'd have the more confidence. But a 7-16 and 3 score line, that's not going to be instilling that much confidence into you as far as your clutch potential. So seems like he's just going to take the measured approach, throws the gun actually over to Raz by the looks of it, and then just goes ahead and swoops the Spectre first.
Yeah, prioritizing that mid control. Whoa, we're at the mid doors here. Not only are they prioritizing mid control, they might be trying to pick some guns off of TVP. They're coming in through mid. They do not. Risk is poking out, and yes, they do find him.
Yep, takes him down, gets him through the wall there for the finish. Yeah, now saying, I might be in danger.
Smart.
Just decides to hug back. The rest of the team make their way into the A site. Spike will get ready to get planted. Bobo, I thought maybe he was just going to go for a blind shot, almost the line up there onto Adam's skull through the cyber cage.
It's a great response here by Tubeple. When all 4 members are in mid, they recognize it, they instantly go right to A and get the plant down. Don't waste a lot of time doing it. Of course, they have to check their corners and those kind of things, but there is alley control over here for BF Sword. Let's see if they can get this entry
Cage comes up. That's going to be one taken down. Has to re-peek over to the side. Will get eliminated. Both going to be falling as well as Pablo gets rid of something as he drops down off the top. Only a couple blades remaining. That's going to be the reset. Actually throws out the right click, so now it's going to be back over onto the Phantom. Spike getting stuck to Clean 2K around the corner. Has that final kill, and BF Sword not going down without a fight. They will be able to put a 5th round on the board.
Again, strategically, BF is great. I really like the idea here. Get the guns. You're down on guns. You know that you're on the back foot. Of course, if you don't win the round, but you need those guns to give yourself a hope. And still, you can see that even with that round win, they are still economically very much at a bit of a deficit. So, you don't even have full shields for 927, and it's a Bucky for Duraz, probably guarding B Heaven there, which is fine. You can actually do a lot of work with it. You'll see a lot of judges and Buckies in those areas on this map to try to save money. Even for an op eventually, you'll see back-to-back shotgun rounds sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Dark Cover doesn't get used to cut off mail. Now just going to be pressing their way forward. The rest boosting himself up top, has to wait for the Dark Cover to expire, just taking some pot shots here.
tries to take out that trigger wire. Reset things a bit here for Tubeple. Now, Aya into the B main. Going in there, he's got to be really careful. No, it's 972 is going to get it.
Yeah, 972 is really starting to come alive. As I say that, though, he will be
Stop cursing him.
So, Risk, nice little response in kind with a headshot. That's going to be the push forward now on to the site. Neural Theft does come out. Duraz says, I don't care if I'm spotted, I have a Bucky. He plays the corner, but he's not ready for Bobo to drop down from heaven. Find that kill, and suddenly it's a 2v3 attempted retake here. As Clean 2K and Adam look to keep the map going.
Yeah, because B main is taken, that forces Duraz out of heaven, and that allows Bobo to go up there and take it. So it's kind of a backfilling effort here by Tubeple that allows them to really take this site cleanly.
Yeah, if they can kill one of the site, then the ult is available. Just go ahead, figure out where exactly the rest are. He'll drop down. Adam, he actually does win out against Bobo. It's gonna be the dart remove. They're now in onto the spike, and Adam just keeps them contained back into the garage, and without him going down, they very much just win this round. Adam will just go ahead and clean it up. 3 for him. As BF Sword put another on the board.
Adam's playing great. He really has a good idea on how to defend, against the teams with these retakes and other things.
Yeah.
He really seems to have a good idea of the timing that is necessary for the spike defuse. Because like what a lot of players will do is they'll spike defuse and let go right away, right? But Tubeple, sometimes, when they were doing it, they would hang on, and he was doing a good job of not allowing that to really go unpunished. And here, Tubeple is trying to not allow them to even really get time to get to half. But he's there doing a fantastic job, just constantly putting pressure on them.
The forward hold here, right in main. Clean 2K finding 2, now pushing the corner. The paranoia is there, but a Risk still managed to find the kills, but it doesn't matter. This 972, again, is backing up his jet. He will clean up 3 for himself, and that is the fastest round that we have had. Maybe the whole event, honestly. 7 rounds now on the board.
I mean, Clean 2K sniffs this out beautifully, taking a play out of Bobo's book, creeping up there into the bottom of ramps, getting as far up as he can into the face of the team. And him and 972 just absolutely smother TPB there. I mean, just incredible work from those two. And now the comeback, Achilleos.
And the wind is in their sails. And with each and every round, it's looking like maybe they can't just do this. It was so one-sided to start, but now they have sort of coming rounds in a row.
3.
It's looking fantastic. Let's see if they can keep it going. Because they
4 and a
have
half. Yeah.
5 more to go. To go ahead and force us into overtime in our first map of the first series of the day.
Looking good right now. Cyber Cage up there. Bobo's going to back around into the corner. Another Cyber Cage being thrown down by Adam.
On the sides, like 4 approaching over from the screens. As Adam makes his way into heaven. Slow warm in the back, coming aftershock to try and stop anybody from pushing out of screens. One does decide to go through. He plays up on top. The paranoia manages to find one, and then now flicks up top. Manages to get that kill in response. 3v2 now. BF Sword fighting back at a disadvantage. The spike is getting closer and closer to exploding. Adam will get taken down. The spike is being defused, but he just cannot stay on. And it was a damn good effort. A nice little run back at the end, but 13